So when we say planet significations, the first one is the occupancy, meaning where is the planet placed? Or we can even say which house the planet is placed. Then comes the ownership. So ownership simply means signs which are owned by the planet, right? This is what it means. So if we check any, let's say we create a chart here, new chart. Okay, now if I have to understand what is signified by a specific planet, let's say for instance Jupiter. So Jupiter is in which house here? If I just look at this chart, so which house is Jupiter in?
Sixth. Oh, sorry, I'm looking at a different chart.
10th house. 10th house.
10th house.
10th house. Jupiter is in 10th house, right? Now, which are the houses that are owned by Jupiter? I'm using the word houses, which means you have to focus on KP chart. Which are the houses that are owned by Jupiter?
9th house.
9th house, okay.
6th house.
Right. Why 6th house? So we'll just put it. Jupiter owns 6th and 9th houses. Why 6th house? What is the sign in 6th house here?
Sagittarius.
Sagittarius. And 9th house. Why 9th house? Because it owns Pisces, right? So we can say Jupiter signifies 10, 6, 9. So Jupiter will give me the results of the 10th house, 6th house, and 9th house. This is what it means. So what we are basically doing here is we are picking up the significations for every single planet. So the first number that you see here is the occupancy, meaning where is the planet placed, in which house. So if you see here, Sun is in the 10th house, but Sun owns only one sign. Which is that sign? Leo, which is number 5. So where is number 5? It is in the 7th house. So Sun signifies 10 and 7, right? Same thing if we, let's say we look at Venus. Which house is Venus in? This is the 9th house. And Venus owns 2 signs, right? Which are those signs? Libra and Taurus. So if you see, Taurus is in the 4th house. And where is Libra? In the 9th house. So Venus will give me results of 9 and 4. I have written 9 again. You, for the sake of practice, you can do that. But later on, you will just say 9 and 4. You don't have to repeat again. You can just say 9 and 4. It is in the 9th house and owns the 4th house. Okay, if we now look at Saturn. Saturn is in which house? 7th house. And Saturn again owns 2 signs. Which are those? Capricorn and Aquarius, which means 10 and 11. So what is 10? That is the 12th house. And what is this? First house. So Saturn will give me results of 7, 1 and 12. You see the numbers. And this is always seen from KP chart. Ownership and occupancy are always seen from KP chart. Okay, that's why I put this here. And we have only discussed about 7 planets because only 7 planets have ownership of signs. The other 2 planets, which are basically Rahu and Ketu, they have not been given any ownership. So they don't own any houses. So what do? So in the cases of Rahu and Ketu, we only take the occupancy. Where are they placed? Ketu is in the 2nd house and Rahu is in the 8th house. So we just put the numbers where they are placed. We'll leave the rest. We don't have to worry about it. We will discuss about Rahu and Ketu in detail. But for the time being, when you look at the significations of the planet, you will only read Rahu, where Rahu is placed and where Ketu is placed. There is no ownership for it. That's why when you see in KPNOX Plus, this particular column, these 2 cells where it says owner for Rahu and Ketu, these are always blank. There will be no values here because they don't own any signs. In this case, Ketu is in the 3rd house, Rahu is in the 9th house. You can see it here. Ketu is in the 3rd house, Rahu is in the 9th house. They are always 180 degrees apart. So whichever house Rahu is in, Ketu will be in the exact opposite house. Suppose Rahu is in the 1st house, Ketu will be in the 7th house. Same way, if Ketu is in the 4th house, Rahu will be in the 10th house. Up to this clear?